Check, 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 check. Did we hit the live button? We did. That's good. It's a good start. Let's go ahead and hit these other buttons now. That one. And then, there we go. Some things works. Morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend, especially if you were in the States. We had a holiday weekend, which is good on one hand, but on the other hand, means my kids aren't, in school or daycare. And so having them 3 days in a row to have to entertain them, it's a little taxing, let me tell you, especially when you got things to do, like record a video. And at certain points, you either had to re-record parts or completely hide the fact that in the background you can hear like a baby go, "Ma! Ah!" So if you listen close enough to the Eldritch Knight video we did with Lae'zel, you might catch a few of those actually. But we got it done. We got it done nonetheless. Other than that, yeah, Memorial Day weekend for us in the States, kind of just, I don't know, I feel like you just do the normal American thing. You grill out, you hang out by the pool. That's sort of what we did. We had a mini blow-up water park in the backyard. Dog loved it. Kids loved it. Made sure, it sounds relaxing. It's not. Made sure to trim my dog's nails before we did all that because, yeah, that could have been a disaster. Although the thing's pretty tough. I don't even think her nails would have gone through it. But anyways, I hope everybody else had a good weekend. And with our Lae'zel build done with and out of the way, we can start really thinking about that Dark Urge playthrough. Because that was our last build. Kind of did a control build, and then we had some healing builds. That's what we used for Shadowheart. And then our one spell to rule them all, Magic Missile, that's what we used on Gale. We did our Hunter video. So yeah, that just left our Eldritch Knight, and now we get to create a whole new party with completely different choices as far as classes and subclasses. And then new party members too. So we're not going to bring Lae'zel along, we're not going to bring Shadowheart, and we're not going to bring Gale. So that leaves Starion, that. It leaves Karlach, that. And that leaves Will, maybe. I don't know. We have to talk about Will. Because you kind of get his story. You get his complete story with or without his involvement. And there's no really big difference between the two. So he's kind of like, why do we need to bring you again? His biggest choice is in the beginning whether or not you kill Karlach. And if you do, you stay human Will. And if you don't, he gets tiefling horns. Anyways, we're playing 14 today. We're back in 14. And we are... I was looking at how many more MSQ quests we have. Man, we are fast approaching the end of A Realm Reborn. We might be able to get it done this week. I think we will. Because we're going to go today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. And yeah, that should be plenty of time to get A Realm Reborn done. And that happened pretty quick. Kind of scary because I always think A Realm Reborn is going to take the longest. I mean, we have the post A Realm Reborn stuff, so it will take a little bit longer. But yeah, first base game part of the story going to be done. It's exciting. A lot of fun there. But today we should be meeting Cid. I really wanted us to get thinking about our favorite iteration of Cid across all the Final Fantasies, because he's a reoccurring character. He's like Shiva, Ifrit, Bahamut. In every Final Fantasy, you have Cid. Some version of Cid. I think my favorite version, I got a couple. I love Final Fantasy Cid, or Final Fantasy VII Cid. He's just like a shit talker, smokes his cigarettes, pilot, kind of a little bit of a wild card, but he's a lot of fun. So I love Final Fantasy VII Cid. Then there's obviously Tactics Sid, who's the absolute monster. That might be the most powerful version of Sid, the Sword Saint. And then there's Final Fantasy 16 Sid. I also like. It's got the one voice actor from Nostradamu. I don't know, like the vampire story. Anyways, he's in there as well. His voice is very iconic, and he's also, was it Lothar in Diablo 4. He's got the real like deep British voice. He's awesome. So he really carries kind of Sid's performance in 16. So I like that one too. I think my favorite has to be Tactics, but those other two are very, very close. And then there's 8's Final Fantasy 8, that Sid, Headmaster Sid. I always like his story in that one. Morning, Kronos, morning. Kind of talking about our favorite Sids, because we're going to be meeting the 14 version of Sid in this playthrough very soon. I think I'm settling on, obviously Tactics Sid is my favorite, but 7 Sid is also very good. I'm excited to see what they do with them in Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 3. Naming convention for that game. That series is a freaking mess. 16, yeah, we talked about 16 Sid. That one's awesome. He's up there. If we're talking about like upper tier echelon Sids, 16, 7, Tactics. Am I really forgetting any other ones? I think 8 Sid is somewhere in the middle. I like his story, but that's really about it. He's like the headmaster. And he's in love with like the sorceress Ida. Is it Ida? I haven't played 8 in a while. I kind of think I need to revisit it. I love the vibe of 8. I'm not usually a big guy on kind of like the school story. Academy. Not the biggest fan of that sort of setting. Yeah, 14 Sid. The only thing about 14 Sid, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I don't feel like we get a crap ton of, we get his entire story. I mean, we spend a lot of time with him, but I don't feel like we spend a lot of time with him. That makes any sense. I kind of wish he would be a permanent, almost like addition to your party, but he's not. When Sid shows up, you know it's a big deal in this game. He usually handles like a lot of the high level stuff, but I can't English any days, if I'm being honest. That's why I speak American. Just mumble my way through things and make up words. Every time I say that in videos and stuff, like when I don't pronunciate something correctly and I say, don't worry about it, I'm American, I usually get a couple people who I guess are American, like English people, and they're like, that's not a good excuse. And I'm like, okay, it's a joke. It's a joke. Just relax. Take it down a notch. But I think we're ready. I think we're ready to begin. We're kind of we got a big camera. We need to fix that. There we go. That's better. Kind of got like, was messing around with my buttons. Always messing with the buttons. Oh, our cat girl. We need a new outfit for her. Where is the music in the game? Also messing with the settings as usual with the sound. God, I've said it before, but content creation and then the audio mix, such a nightmare. It's like, I want things to sound good, and you listen to other people that you're like, I want to emulate how their setup sounds. But then, that highly depends on their equipment, how they sound as a person, and then what game they're playing. And then there's some people that I think are just not loud at all. So it's like, I don't know what to do. Yes, I use OBS, and OBS is very, very user-friendly as far as getting all the filters and things you want. Like the big one we use for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on PC was that limiter. It's huge. Because there's no way to adjust that sound otherwise, or at least keep it in check. That was the big thing. It's about just making sure the volume wouldn't spike and blow your eardrums out, because they're blowing my eardrums out. So like, I can't imagine how it was on your guys' end. Oh, I guess also to recap in 14, because we did take a couple days off. Yeah, the Waking Sand got attacked by Livia, part of the 14th Legion, and they killed everybody. And they took Menphilia. And then the last message for us was to go to the church, which is literally right north of the Camp Drybone. And this is where we did this whole quest over here about the followers of Ifrit. But now we're back, so we get to revisit some locations. It's like a realm reborn as far as the map. Let's go back a little bit. A lot of these maps, we don't spend much time in, like Central Thanalan. Not much time in that map. And then Northern, but like, there's certain sections of the map, like obviously the Waking Sands, and then Eastern Thanalan, you spend a lot of time in. But we can continue on. So we're heading here, and we're like, oh man, our other camp got destroyed. Now we're like, what do we do? So that's kind of what we're figuring out.
You, my child. You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask.
Good thing the RP voices work. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I don't think that's that's like not exactly what we're going for. The wild roses are dead, Father, and I know not what to do. Let's go with that. Let's call down divine vengeance upon those who butchered my friends. I love when the game gives you dialogue options, even though this doesn't change anything. It lets you, RP it out.
The wild roses, I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions.
Good. Where is this going next? Is this Sid?
How? How could this have happened? And you are certain that Menphilia was among those taken by the Garleans?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get her back. Meow.
Let us pray no further harm comes to them.
Yeah, let's do that. Talk about the bottle of wine that's just sitting there on the
You may stay here for as long as you wish.
On the
It
seat.
is the least I can do for a friend of Menphilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well, do I recall the day of our first meeting? I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions.
Menphilia was kind of like a prodigy. Like everybody kind of expected great things from her, even when she was like very young. Because in a Realm Reborn, or in a Realm Reborn, she's like 20 something, but in the original Final Fantasy XIV, she's still like a teenager. I still think then everybody was like very much trying to protect her.
So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask.
If anything, I wish we could get a version of the original 14 that was like a streamlined, maybe like a very small package, but it gave you the entire story as far as the important beats, because nobody can go back and play those. So that kind of sucks.
Marquez, would you come here for a moment?
Yes, Father?
Marquez, huh? Sir Hexalot, welcome. Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend, brother.
If you require assistance, pray speak with Marquez. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marquez is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert.
Okay, so he's got a little amnesia. Good. Not good,
Marcus,
but you know.
I want you to look after our friend. Do you understand?
You understand,
Yes,
Marcus?
Father.
Okay. Got something weird on his head. Right up there. What is that? Spoiler, that's Sid. I mean, if you saw the cinematic, I think you could put 2 and 2 together, considering very noticeable like goggles on his head. And mysterious. You can't take it with you.
Excuse me. Do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horologe which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial.
And his glorious beard. Don't get me started on the beards in this game, because as a human male main, the beard options in this game are atrocious. But thankfully, we might be getting some great beard selections in the next expansion. I'm gonna be kind of sad, because we're gonna have to choose between Makote Catgirl once we get there, and whatchamacallit, and then my main character. Unless I just do one off stream. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna handle that. You mod actions. Hang on 1 second. How do I just kick this stupid? There we go. Sorry, I'm learning how to do things on whatchamacallit, on Twitch, because stupid bots.
There is something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps, if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain a bullpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nose pincers. They are often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be the best people to ask. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it.
Perfect. Now we're just kind of working around the graveyard, or the church. I kind of want the music to kick in here. I love the Thanalan music. So everything should be on. Oh well. We could mount up, but we only have to go to Camp Drybone, and I like the walk. Ghost, if I knew how to, whatchamacallit, I need to mod some people. You're on the list. If I could figure it out. I could figure it out. I'm pretty sure I just have to do /mod. I'd do it in the beginning of another tomorrow, maybe.
A ballpoint chisel, you say, and a pair of needle-nose pincers. Those things don't come cheap, you know.
Those things don't come cheap, you know. Luckily, I have a big old coin purse for you.
Balls. I mean,
All's
yes,
balls.
That should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you.
Why do they always sound like that? There's the Thanalan music. Now we're going on a journey. So we got the both things we needed, and he's basically sending us on our... Oh man, I have done zero inventory management. Something that I've been kind of waiting for, that I heard actually wasn't doing great, so maybe it will never come. But the mobile version of Final Fantasy XIV. Not a big mobile gamer myself, but I feel like I would download and play 14 on mobile, especially since like a lot of the buttons have been streamlined. I don't know, it kind of sounds fun, but it has not apparently been doing great.
Have you brought the tools I requested?
Here, have you brought the tools I requested? Yes, sir, there you go. Not sure what you're doing with it again. He's like experimenting with something in somebody's pocket.
Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment.
Okay.
It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, this sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery.
So he gets some sort of satisfaction from messing with a device? I don't know. We don't know what it is yet.
But how did I do it?
I don't know. It's maybe like you're a genius.
These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Farce! Pardon me, this was a mistake. Please give the horror lodge to Sister Ilunid. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best that it be returned to him.
I do like, yeah, his voice, his RP voice, pretty spot on. I do like how we set up his story here, and then how it alludes to him being, you know, you're learning about his past just from him discovering, hey, I'm I knew exactly how to work this thing, even though I have no memory of being like, say, an engineer.
Good evening to you, madam. Have you come to pay your respects to this man?
No, I've come to give you...
Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time?
Oh, it's like a hand watch.
Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I'm given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies.
Garlemald. So that's the capital of the Garlean Empire.
Marquez said that it belonged to the deceased? Oh dear. You don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marquez manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs.
Maybe he's a Garlean spy. Ooh, we get a weapon. Take a look at this guy real quick. Always got to look out for that third eye right there. That's the dead giveaway. Anybody who has anything that's covering, again, that area, good chance they're Garlean, either hiding or otherwise. Ooh, we got a new longbow. They're all just kind of the same color, but they are my favorite. Or they're different colors, but they're all the same model.
Now. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the waking sands and prepared for transport here.
Those two Lalafell guards, no doubt.
If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you to find closure.
Ray returned to the waking sands to collect the bodies of everybody. Great. Even though the place has been kind of ransacked, we still go back. They really need to increase security around here. Good sir?
Hey, you don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go.
Oh god. I like that they call it a lich
I don't
yard.
know what quarrel they had with these
I like that
folks,
name.
and I sure as hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here afore? Or do you just have one of them faces? Ah, never mind. Any road, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I've a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of the...
Yeah, okay. We're dealing with the bodies. Yeah, they brought everybody out. Oh man, kind of sad. And they just leave them out here too. They don't even cover them. It's kind of dark. 14's a very dark game at times, which I think is why a lot of people enjoy the fact that it's, you know, got that mature vibe. Alright, let's deliver these to the carriage. We knew them for but a short time. But you technically could go between like the MSQ missions while you're in there and like
What
talk
happened
to them.
The big fella? Ah, forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss them in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough.
Yeah, we do have 4 bodies, which is kind of like...
Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in one trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then.
And lore-wise, we are carrying all 4. I guess that we can only carry 4 at a time. Oh, we're so weak. There's Limsa all the way over there. I think that's Limsa. I'd have to look at the big map. Get the other 4. Oh, don't we need to go tell the Sylphs about their friend here? I forget her name. Norxia? That's probably the only one we actually spent any time with at all. But I don't know how the Sylphs would feel about us burying one of theirs in our, you know, one of our graveyards.
Come on, come on. Let's finish this before I die of old age.
Brother, we're doing you a favor. There we go.
That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver all the corpses to the Lich Yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done.
Really, if this was designed well, we'd like catch a ride with him on his chocobos, but no, now we're just gonna teleport ourselves all the way back over there. And we're at the point in the game where we have so much money as far as for teleportation, and we don't need to buy anything. You really don't need to use Gil. Again, really until you get to like the latest patch and maybe you want to buy crafted gear or mounts or minions or whatever. But if you're just doing the MSQ, you don't have to spend any Gil at all. And it's just going to keep growing and growing. I guess we'll see how much Gil you earn just by playing the MSQ. Which will be an interesting experiment. I think it's probably in the millions. I want to say you probably earn like 5 million just through playing the game and not really spending money.
I see that you decided to heed my advice.
Well, I pray
that
that.
in doing so, you found some small measure of peace.
Not really, but we are super strong.
The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and
Glam, that's true.
I'd like you to know
but
that for many, death came quickly.
Thanks, that makes me feel better. I think for our Glam and our setup, it's mostly going to be like job gear, which you get for free.
Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect, and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm.
That's 40, 42. Once we hit level 50, basically XP will stop until we get to Heaven's Ward. So even if you are like out leveling the game as far as the MSQ, it does put a hard stop on you so you don't go too far. Okay, so they're doing exactly what we were just talking about, where
she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions.
That's what I thought. Okay, so we're going to Little Solace. Back to the Black Shroud. This is where I definitely appreciate the convenience of teleportation, because I'm usually, I'm on the immersive side. I like to, I don't like mounts, or at least I don't like super fast mounts or flying mounts. I'll just say flying mounts. But, at some point, the game, you gotta have some quality of life and conveniences. Kronos, welcome, welcome. I was gonna say, where is this event? I don't want to run into it. Or people are not going to be happy. A little spooky in here. So we got some bad news.
This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One?
Your friend. Here she is. But this one does not understand. She got kicked really hard.
Comuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress.
Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news.
Walking One has returned to Little Solace? But why? These ones have not requested further aid.
Well, you see, we got attacked.
Norexia?
Norexia.
Okay. Explain everything to this one at once.
Fade to black as we explain everything to them. I love that.
So, not only Norexia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well.
She sounds like an old woman. Norexia.
Norexia went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Norexia at the end. Tell this one that Norexia was brave. Tell this one that Norexia did not suffer.
Did she suffer? I mean, she took... It was a left leg, I don't know, right to the temple. Threw her against the wall. Probably broke something. Fell to the ground, and then I think she rolled a little bit too. she probably suffered a little bit.
And this one is glad to hear Walking One's words.
I guess we're just, you know, we don't need to upset her on the details.
Thank you for bringing Noraxia home, Walking One.
That's the important part.
These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness.
This one demands vengeance. Imperial ones must pay. Imperial ones must suffer.
You sound so cute. Not very intimidating though. We'll do the justice.
For walking ones to face Imperial ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Noraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight.
See, they don't really have a means to fight, you know, themselves. But they could summon Ramu, who could do their fighting for them. That's kind of the thing you gotta watch out for with these beast tribes. Alright, back to Camp Drybone. Getting on our chocobo. I don't know if we're ever gonna do anything with our chocobo as far as changing the feather colors. I'd need to join an FC. Alright everybody, it's time for everybody to come to Zalera, transfer all your characters, and we're gonna make an FC. They can magic, but how good is their magic against a people who have anti-magic stuff?
We thank you for your service to the Church and to the Sylphs. You may be pleased to know that, in your absence, we interred the remaining scions in the Lich Yard.
Okay.
Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest and set aside your burdens for now.
Give us this bandana. That's what we want. You know, we're supposed to be like some hero, but we really do look like a bandit. I mean, we look badass, but not exactly a heroic looking character. Eyes on me.
I'm not imagining it. I know I'm being watched.
Okay.
This is different. Sinister. It is as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes. But I felt it when last I ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me? Please? It will only take a moment.
So he's paranoid. Good. Has a hard time remembering things, a little paranoid. Oh, so there is something down there. Alright. Yeah, we can jump over here. Look at us. I do look like a rogue. Which would, you know, we could be a rogue, but honestly, playing, because rogue turns into ninja. Ninja presses a lot of buttons. I don't want to press a lot of buttons. That's why I play 14, okay? I like my long GCD. Oh, it is a Garlean. How about we sing you a song of death? Changed my buttons a little bit. Because we got a new song. Well, alright. Turns out Marquez had he had a point. Somebody was watching him. It was indeed a Garlean. Yeah, but we did keep up on our bard quest, so we got another song. So the idea is, and I forgot about my my hotkeys, but you start off with Mage's Ballad, you then move into your second song, and then we'll eventually get a third song. As soon as this one's done, Armies is done, we'll then, well, right now we don't have anything that we would move into, but as soon as one song's done, you go into the next one, so on and so forth. It's kind of your rotation for a bard.
You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me?
Why was he
What did want
watching
with
me?
Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him.
Well, we did kill him. We should probably stop killing people.
I need to think. Please, allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Iliud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again.
Yeah, we'll tell him. So, anyways, he's right next to him.
Heavens forfend that such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions?
Well, here's Garlean, and here's his Imperial short sword.
This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marquez was... ... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
Roger that, but we're first going to take your boots. We need your boots, your coat, and your pants. And your keys. Look who it is. Why do they have outfits which literally have their bare
I
skin?
fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
That's right. We were just working with... Was the institution the full scions of the Seventh Dawn, or was it just the scions? I don't know.
And to that end, I have come in search of a legend, the greatest engineer of our time. Master Cid Garlond, I have come for you.
Oh, Cid. You're Cid? We knew that. I mean, no we didn't.
I fear you're mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Carteneau.
Alfie, yeah.
I beg of you, leave us in peace.
He knows.
Wait,
Ah! My head.
Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
It's clearly him. Also, this bottle here. It's time you remembered who you were, child. Here's your box of things I stole from you.
Cid, was it here? These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right.
Okay, maybe he didn't know he was Cid, but he knew he was somebody important.
Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life.
This is really sad. Again, these side characters, they get the attention of, you know, these little details that really flesh them out. Even though, again,
but it is time for you to
we're like never going to talk to this guy again. Pick up your hammer.
Who are you?
Alfino Leveleur at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea.
So Alphinaud kind of becomes the main character.
The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Coerthas as we speak.
It's Coerthas. Garuda. That's the next summon on our hit list. We dealt with Ifrit. We dealt with Titan. Yeah, look at this. Meow.
Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldesian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength.
Baldesian.
Yet therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda,
Garuda.
it will serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
So she has like a...
I have an airship?
Garuda has like a vortex that swirls around her. That again, kind of like Titan's domain, where we had to use the Aetheryte to get into because it was so deep in Kobold territory that it would have been... We wouldn't be able to get there, lore-wise, easily. Anyways, now we got to figure out a way to get to Garuda. Ifrit, we just kind of fell upon his lair.
Yes, Cid, you do. Your very own airship.
The Enterprise.
It was last seen in the skies over Gridornia, not long before the Calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship?
I remember. Or I don't,
Oh, wait.
not yet. Yeah, there's the man. Has no... Look at this freaking... He's jacked. He doesn't skip arm day at all.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
The dude doesn't even have like a wrist. It's just all muscle.
They need my airship. They need me.
Really, it kind of makes sense that Garleans would be kind of physically imposing because, you know, again, they can't use magic, so they have to rely more on their use of magitech and technology, and then their own physical strength.
What a curious twist of fate that Master Cid Garlon would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination.
So Cid, he's a Garlean. It's like, what? Why do we need Cid? Well, he was a defector.
Beg your pardon. You wish to find his airship, yes?
Yes.
I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the Calamity, much like the Great Gubu Wall of Ulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthas. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Fallgood Float, the closest settlement to Coerthas. Mayhap the Serpents stationed there have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Cid.
Yeah, they might be having like the, I don't know. I feel like their base model is, or at least Cid. Cid's kind of, I don't know. Garleans are usually taller. So maybe not Highlanders. Maybe Cid's is, but I feel like the rest of them are, they're a little bit lankier. Where are we going? We're going back to the Shroud. Ooh, we get to go to Coerthas. This is one of my favorite areas or regions in the game. Obviously tied to Ishgard, but I wish we had the pre-calamity. Always raining in Gridania, for the love of God. I hate this place. Rain is like, I always like rain for a little bit, but if it's all the goddamn time, shit.
Is there aught I can assist you with, miss?
Yeah, we need...
The Enterprise?
Yeah.
You speak of Master Garlon's ship, yes? Aye, I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Coerthas. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vortifort at Florentel's Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you not need a man of Master Garlon's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex.
Well, looks like we have the man himself, but we're not going to tell you that. So, like, nobody is, like, suspicious of Cid. They almost consider him, like, a hero. Even though he's a Garlean. So he's not like a defector where everybody's like, oh, he's a Garlean, we hate him. No, so everybody's, like, pretty cool with Cid.
You have come in search of Vortifort? Then well met, for you have found him.
Indeed,
I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the Great Snows came to coerce us. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day.
Go ahead, tell us all about it. I'm just looking at the armor he's gonna give us. A new linen shirt, okay.
'Twas on the eve of the Battle of Cartano nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Coerthus.
They're kind of like weaving a tale of how cool the Enterprise is. And they're building it up to be like this crazy looking airship, at least like technologically. It's not that great. It looks like a basic airship. There's a lot cooler ones in the game.
The observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them, you would need to deal
Astrologians. This is the first time we hear that term. That's a job.
High houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I've little doubt they would accept aid freely offered.
So now we get to meet some Ishgardians. I love Ishgard. One of my favorite city-states. We're going north. He's a friend. Yeah, I was just kind of like, he's a friend. Obviously, Sid's a friend. It was just... Yeah, we lost that story in 1.0. I don't know even if they kind of went into his story as far as growing his renown. I don't know. I don't know if his story of defecting and all that comes from 1.0. I'd have to look into it. People have like logged the entire journey, and it probably says in one of the encyclopedias. Ah, but Coerthus here, snowy, tundra-looking area. I want this place to be pre-calamity because the calamity basically caused this place to freeze over, where it's bitter cold, snows all the time. But before this, a little more Highlander-esque. Anyways, the Ishgardians, kind of that traditional medieval fantasy. They have knights and houses, nobility, commoners.
Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Durandare. And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange?
You need some information.
How absurd. As if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers.
Oh, great. Yeah, they have a Holy See, or they have a church.
Halone, have mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls.
Halone's their
their
deity. Still part of the 12.
And where in the hells is that knight I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform, that of House Durandare, as is mine.
Alright, so we're gonna go look for one of his knights. Is there an Aetheryte here? No. Okay, the Aetheryte's up here. This is a great map. This is one of my favorite maps. We have like one settlement, 2 settlement, 3 settlements. I'm not gonna go on my Realm Reborn map rant, but this is a beautiful map. People live here, you can see that. And listen to the winds howl here. There he is. Hey bud, what's going on? So we have some hooded assaulters. I just pressed both songs in a row. That is not how you play Bard. I need to change these buttons because I keep messing it up. Let's move you two. Said let's move you two while we're in combat. Over one. There we go. Weren't even hurting us. There we go. We have come a long way, but our journey has only just begun.
If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off.
Despicable dragon-loving bastards.
I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend.
So there's some, I don't call them bandits, but an aggressive faction known as the Heretics, and they love dragons. Well, they love drinking dragon blood. Which, if you drink dragon blood, you can basically go through a transformation to turn into a dragon, or like a lesser dragon. Like dragons as a race, they span from all different sizes, as in like some are, a little tiny, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's not like all of them are like a big ass, you would think of like medieval dragon.
I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss.
Miss?
We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmele.
Okay. This is a great location, by the way, because you can go inside this building. You can go inside this building. I love going inside interiors. We just go right up here, and guess what? We can go inside this building as well, and we can climb all the way up to the tippity top.
Ah, the lady come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovoy be thinking?
Well, we helped him out.
It is true that we maintain meticulous records, which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Dravanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about.
So Dravanian, that just means it's another term for like the dragons. It's kind of how they like categorize their race and their faction of people.
If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Forlamort up above.
Okay. Man, you guys sure got a lot of steps here. So it's really cool that the Ishgardians, they have these astrologians who can tell when basically the dragons are going to mobilize because of reading the stars and like the constellations. And dragons are very beholden to I guess like reading of like stars and seasons. So they kind of get wind of when their hordes are going to attack. Because again, studying like the celestial essentially. Yeah, we can get this throw snow emote here. I think it's a... Oh no, I don't think it is. This is like one of the rare ones I think where you can't... I think it's white mischief here. Where you unlock a feature, which I think getting an emote's kind of a feature. Where it's not a plus sign, so you can totally skip it.
No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask?
Yeah, we want to look at your records.
Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between Southron nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Hallone's will.
Hallone's at will.
I will not put our great nation at risk. Certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things.
Pardon the intrusion, Forlamort. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest.
Inquisitor, you honor us with your presence. The lady was just leaving. Yeah, so they have Inquisitors, Crusaders. This is my sort of vibe here. Most of them are elves.
You must be the one who rescued House Durandair's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I'm told you seek an airship last seen in Coerthus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Coerthus, One moment, you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next, you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course.
Reminds me of Final Fantasy VII when you go to like the mountains.
I was not aware you aided House Durandare in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek.
Rude. Heretic and not think of Ramza? True. That'd be great if they did. So there is a Ramza in 14 universe, but that'd be great if they planted a Ramza in the game at this point. But yeah, the Ishgardians are mostly Elysian. They're like, I think it's like it's a strong percentage. I think it's something like 80 or 60% of the nation is Elysian, and then the rest are like here, like Midlanders, because Midlanders, they're everywhere.
You there, madam. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange.
Oh?
An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity.
Ixal? Why does she read so slow?
This astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me.
Okay, sure. I'll cut you off there. Luckily, we can jump to the bottom. Oh. That sound. 14, Ramza's a jerk? Sure is. What's his, the original like? I think he's literally the spitting image of, the tactics version. Because that's, kind of what he's, I mean, it's exactly what he's based off of. But we really don't get to, well, we kind of get to meet him. I don't want to jump ahead to that story just yet. Not going very far. I love this atmosphere here where it's like, it's snowing so much we can barely see like, 10 feet in front of us. But this place is definitely a vibe. Unfortunately though, our cat girl would be freezing her ass off. And we got an ice sprite right here. Cool. These things are nice looking. Again, this area is kind of messed over, or not messed up over, but they have a strong affinity towards ice. And yes, they have Ixal here too. I was about to start shooting them, but I'm like, wait a minute, we're like 12 levels above them. We can completely avoid them. What are you doing out here, bro? Oh, wait a second. You're part of my hunt. At least one of you is. Let's put some dots on you, play you a song, and then whoop your ass. Yeah, I like that placement for the hotbar a lot better. Nice, we got 478 seals. I'll take that. Aiding? What are we doing? Trying to like reach into his pocket and steal something?
To see someone other than a goddamn birdman. I thought I could finish my work whilst the Ixal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave again, before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You are not one of our knights.
I'm here to help you.
A man of House Durandare cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam.
Again, a very, superstitious, traditionalist type of nation and people. Obviously, they're going to have a lot of parallels to, at least how their nation is set up, like firm believers in like a Catholic church type setting. So yeah, we're an outsider, we're an unbeliever because we don't know their customs and their culture. But I do like what they got going on. And Ishgard and like Korthus in 1.0, I believe it's in the game, but it's like unfinished. So people who have like the, I guess like the old files, you can go and explore the area, but there's nothing in it. So they have like the landscape, but that's about it. Anyways, looks much different than how it looks here. Yeah, very, very Crusade era from these guys here. Climb on up. We saved your friend. He wasn't very thankful,
the
though.
Fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. Ah, but you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause.
Go on.
House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Dravanian aggression. Yet
Dragon
you have already
aggression,
aided
okay.
them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the Observatorium's records. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelaine for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses.
I think what made this Heaven's Ward and then obviously Ishgard hit so hard, this was like during the time when Game of Thrones, like the first season, was coming out. Here go our kneecaps again. Ah! Oh, no. Yeah, this is like during the time when season 1 of Game of Thrones was like coming out. So it was like a perfect storm. Like, damn, I love this vibe here. Talking about nobles, high houses, knights. That's right, we were helping out your people. You owe us. Can I talk to them while sitting down?
You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First, you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you have rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses? I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses.
Ooh, playing a numbers game, I see.
Final time, wouldn't you?
Alright, yeah. I see where you're going with this. I can count the 3. 3 for 3.
Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete.
Meow.
Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Hylanata, further improving the
Hylanata. Is that how that's pronounced? I don't think we interact with that house too much. Alright, we'll go find that missing shipment. Take our chocobo too. The snow has cleared up a little bit, but yeah, this place is beautiful. This definitely goes up there if we're doing like a zone tier list. It's one of my favorite. Some stolen wares. And there's one here. Some more of these hooded folk. Which we have come to understand that these are heretics. You guys will never catch us. You'll die from the poison, so let's start on the next one. Ooh. Easy. We're the best hero ever. Best bard on this server, by far. Don't let them game the show. What are we doing over here, bro, boys? Alright, we're not joining this one, but I do like how This is the other thing about A Realm Reborn. A lot of the fates have like a little event, a little scripted event that like leads into the fate. Later on, they unfortunately, I don't know, they don't do it as much, where it'll literally just be area spawns, or fate spawns, the enemies associated with the fate also just spawn, and it's just like, kill this rampaging, you know, horde of griffins or whatever. And there's no like NPC build up with it. We got your shipment, sir.
To share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show.
Yeah, here you go. 1, 2, 3. You're welcome, by the way.
God bless you, friend. It's all here. Every last... but wait, that chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged.
God's
Bloody
forbid.
hells, that's the personal property of Lord Francel too.
Music change.
Are you certain? Clearly, an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury take me, a draconian rosary in the possession of Lord Francel.
Well, that's not good.
Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Hylanarte is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Hylanarte. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved.
Great. Heretics always ruining everything. This is why you have to be killed in Final Fantasy Tactics. Well, shit. What do we do now? The rose and the unicorn. Ooh, we get pants.
Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only.
Okay.
Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause.
I bet he goes to church on Sundays too.
I know this because I served House Hylanarte for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss and he will know you for a friend. Now go.
I have friends in many places, or everywhere. It's like the Andor code that they use. There's a Dragoon. We haven't seen that side of Ishgard yet. But yeah, we got a little noble on noble action going on. Conspiracy, love it. What is going on here? That's somebody's mount. Oh, that's a hunt. Or that's a, like a notorious monster. We're gonna go ahead and avoid that. Also, they have like these little burrows that you can go inside too. Very cool. Like little stations for everybody. Again, just interiors. Love interiors. Adds to the immersion. You can see a little fort castle over there. That's where the Aetheryte is for this area, because we haven't attuned to one yet. Well.
Yes? You look as though you have something to say, do you?
This dude looks very young. Give him the code.
I see Ser Carilo has not forgotten my mother's favourite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Coertha since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend.
I will.
That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the draconian rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbour even the slightest doubt...
Even like Warhammer vibes. Like if the Inquisition comes after you, it might as well be dead. Sigh, this will only add weight to their incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. So, somebody's
You risked
targeting
much by
them.
coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide.
Okay.
A missing airship? I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Horshafont of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs.
Horshafont is he's a fan favorite character. So we are going to take note of him and all his glory. Up the hill we go. But this is a great view. This traditional gothic looking castle. I say gothic because spikes. Lots of spikes. At the top. Very pointy. But big ass wall. Aetheryte right there in the middle. It's beautiful. Yeah, Camp Dragonhead. I love this area. Hey, Sid, Alpha No, they're here. Okay, good, good. I'll talk to them in a second. We're gonna attune to this. The Japanese version is suggestive. But yeah, this is an awesome like fort area. What are you two doing here?
I'm glad we left the observatorium. The people there were not friendly. Though even here, I can feel eyes upon us. We are not safe.
Okay.
We came to find an airship, yet now we meddle in Ishgardian affairs of state. Gods, if Alizé were here, I would never hear the end of it.
Where is Alizé, now that you mention it? Oh well. Oh well, we continue on. This is a cozy looking area. I like how you have these dudes doing squats in the side over here with their shirts off. And then we got a battle map. Hello there, are you Horshafont?
Ah, the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality.
Okay,
Truth
like
be
you.
told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter. Pray tell me why you have come.
The organ in the background.
If there is any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes. The letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Coarthas before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events. For while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Carteneau, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortemps.
We'll take those pants. So this dude seems all right. We can work with him. Let's put on our new clothes. Upgrading our gear. We look like a pirate now. We still look like a rogue.
As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortemps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were make inquiries of your own. Lady Nin of mine own House Fortemps who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Cravelin of House Halenart, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the chief astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Forton. Do not concern yourself with House Jemaya. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned, and return to me when finished.
All these houses he just listed off? Jeez, oh Pete's, man. Okay, Oregon, you gotta go down a little bit. And maybe voices up a little bit more. Because that music... Dun, dun, dun. With all the house names, it's like, can I get this written on a piece of paper? Luckily, they're pretty close. More interiors. We love that. Oh, she's just chilling right here.
Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortemps does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well.
Okay.
The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Hylanata have been found guilty of heresy in recent days.
Yeah, but are they really heretics? Is somebody setting them up? This is all for an airship that we're trying to find. And I love how we're just kind of thrown into the weeds of this deep house politics. It's just a taste of Ishgard, by the way. Just a little taste. But what's also interesting is, even though Ishgard is another city-state that's like literally right next to Gridania, yeah, they had no involvement in the Battle of Cartano. Which is interesting. Oh, he's literally right down here. I don't want to miss that. Was yapping so much that I almost walked right by him. Oh, you guys do dress funny.
Hello, Ane. Grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Horchefont?
Horchefont?
I want to help you. I truly do. But these accusations of heresy have thrown House Hylanata into chaos. Right now, we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation.
Okay. Not very helpful. Look, nobody's doing that fate. They need reasons to go back and do a Realm Reborn fates. And this thing is still here. Can somebody clear this off the road, please? Very dangerous for new players. We gotta climb all the way back up that tower. We're getting great leg workout today, that's for sure. Don't need a Stairmaster. I guess technically we could just ride our Chocobo up there, but yeah, we'll do that. I like how we got a slight lean with it as well. Oh god, I almost went right over the edge. There we go. We're back. Hey, bud.
I gather you have been busy since last we spoke. Lord Horchefont's missive was positively glowing. But if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken.
Dude, you gotta stick up your ass.
We are at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guillaume arrived in Coerthas, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Horchefont wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs.
Well, that didn't go great. Luckily for us, we grabbed the Aetheryte, which is right there. Well, good day to you then, sir. Good day. I kind of wish you would see like NPCs using just the Aetheryte instead of just us all the time. There goes our ankles. Well,
By
Horshaphant.
your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use.
No, we didn't.
Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Coerthus is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information.
May we go to Ishgard? The answer is no. They don't let outsiders in.
I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by the Dravanian horde, so I am not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance.
Okay. So you have these vigils, which are essentially like a little outpost. And the one he's going to is up north. Let's go that way. Okay, yeah, you have the Steel Vigil. You have the Stone Vigil. There's a stone right over there in the map. So steel, stone, and then I think there's 2 more. And there's supposed to be these kind of forward outposts to at least kind of guard Ishgard from dragon threats. Kind of be like the first line of defense. But a lot of them have fallen to ruin. Like, I think technically this was part of the other one, but this place has been royally screwed over and destroyed. But man, this place is beautiful. I love the vibe here. Well, we have an unfit knight, unsettled knight, unnerved knight. Don't look like they're doing great here. So here's like a dragon right here, technically. So not the big hulking beast that you maybe would have imagined. Again, they come in all shapes and sizes. Couple arrows though. That'll do it. Where is their lord?
It's not safe here. We must flee.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I see that. You left your lord out here alone.
There? Adventurer? No, stay back. The fiend is still here.
Oh dear. This one's a little bigger. Using all of our cooldowns on them. We got our song going. We're ripping them with the arrows and down. This big one goes. Alright, let's pick up his knights who haven't done a very good job.
I heard the beast's cries from over yonder. Then Lord Francel is safe. Bless you, miss. Bless you.
Yeah. Let's just quickly talk to them. I can't imagine actually fighting like all those different variation of dragons. Because sword and shield, that's that seems like an okay way to deal with them. But Ishgard actually has like their own elites who deal specifically with killing dragons, and those are the dragoons. So the knights are kind of used for general purposes, including fighting the dragons, but if you need to kill a bunch of dragons, you send in the dragoons. And they're definitely better equipped to deal with them because they use spears.
It was a foolish thing to do, I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin.
Okay, so they want to go out and kill a bunch of dragons and then that'll prove them innocent.
Moreover, it was House Hylanata that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline
Morning,
of our
gamer.
house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath.
Alright, don't lose your head over it. Quite literally. We got these ogres here too. Those are cool looking monsters. Ugh. Just look at the view distance. And then the skybox too with the mountains. Oh. This is why I want a house in Ishgard. But I can't get one with the damn lottery system. One of these days I'll win, and then I'll show you. We'll do a housing stream where we just decorate the house and spend a lot of gil. Alright, Horshavant. Things did not go so well.
What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan. But at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives.
I have news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication.
Isn't there always?
It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which Inquisitor Guilhem has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and by association, yours.
Politics. There we go. Yeah, gamer, I 100% agree. Yeah, we really haven't had a snowy ice landscape in a long time, because Dawn Trail didn't really give us one. Endwalker gave us Garlemald, but not exactly the same as far as being like a snowy mountainous landscape. And then Shadowbringers didn't give us one, and neither did Stormblood. So it's been a hot minute, and hopefully with Evercold we get a lot of good ice landscapes, or snowy landscape, I should say.
As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question.
So it was found in a locked chest, labeled as the property of Lord Francel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here is what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickon. He works closely with the porters who ferry...
May have some inkling of who could be responsible.
Okay. I like how Horshavant is like really invested into defending this other house. He's just a good dude. But yeah, now look, the snow is like all cleared. It's just a beautiful sunny day, and the landscape changes. They did a really good job as far as the art direction with the game, to where it like ages. It's gonna age beautifully, because they put so much time and effort into lighting, the shaders. And even though it's like not like hyper realistic, I think the style, kind of prefer things being stylistic. Rickerman.
Hey? Someone tampering with shipments? Fury strike me down if all them rosaries found in our people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lass. I'm a House Hylanata man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too.
Fury strike me down. Halone, like her thing is like her fury.
I ain't saying
Morning, Mr. Buck King. How was your holiday weekend, brother? We didn't get the chit chat.
I never had cause to question their faith. But if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Almost every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it.
Could it have been the fellas which were responsible for the inspection? Ha! Ishgardian Knights and Inquisitors? A lot of them.
Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them.
So he wants us to question the knights and stuff. Okay.
Today. You might consider having a word with them.
Not enough gaming. I mean, amen to that, brother. I was saying it earlier, but we got a for the weekend. Not for the weekend. I guess we bought one for the for the rest of our time here. We got a water park, like a little water park blow up thing, kind of like a bounce house, like that same almost size, but has like sprayers and stuff. Anyways, put it in our backyard, inflated it. Whole family had a good time with it. Not exactly a relaxing time, but a good time. Couple beers. But yeah, not enough gaming at night because as soon as it was nighttime, it was bedtime.
Beg your pardon? You suspect that we porters have been planting draconian rosaries in House Hylanata shipments?
Hylanatas.
What nerve. If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find.
I will search your parcels. Well, yeah, Wesley, my son, was going around, just, you know, typical boy, going crazy. And then our dog Lady, she was also having a ball, but I trimmed her nails so she didn't like pop anything. Thank God. She was all up in
Are we
there.
finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology.
Like we got her and then my daughter their own like little kiddie pool off to the side that we filled up and we kind of put our feet in. But I don't know what we were thinking. Of course, when she saw everybody else was having like running around and acting a fool on the water park, the blow up side, it's not like she was gonna stay docile. She's a 2-year-old dog, so of course she's like, I'm gonna get in there.
But that's impossible. Once the knight at White Brim Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself.
Well, then maybe it was this knight.
And if I had been the culprit, I would have never allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Horchefont, I will not be held accountable for this.
Relax, relax, Porter. I think we're unraveling the mystery here.
Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. But more importantly, what did Rickerman have to say?
You guys they're so close. It's like you could have just come over for the conversation. Here, we found more rosaries.
More draconian rosaries? In every single parcel bound for Skyfire locks. That beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Halenarte's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise Halone that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we are to clear his name.
And ours. Our good name. In the eyes of gods and men.
From the very first, I knew it could not be that so many members of House Halenarte were heretics. At last, we can give the lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty.
I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my words to Inquisitor Brygge. Tell her that House Fortom asks, nay, demands that Lord Francel's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been conducted.
Horchefont here is really going above and beyond over here. It's kind of crazy. Oh man, Avocado, I cannot wait till we get to the Heaven's Ward. You just get a taste of it in A Realm Reborn, and I think this is actually one of the best parts in A Realm Reborn's like MSQ. And it's like, can we just get the entire story just being based around Ishgard? And the developers are like, hold that thought. We're on it.
What is it, my child? Lord Horchefont would have the Inquisitors do what? But that is not possible. Inquisitor Guillaume presides over Lord Francel's trial at Witchdrop even as we speak. Fear not. If Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Halone's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard.
Witchdrop. This is almost like a Salem witch trial. Oh no, yeah. We're in the they introduce a lot of this Ishgard stuff too, like what, around 35 to 40, and we're just literally looking for Sid's airship. It's like the only thing we came here for, and we got involved into all these politics, and we're like, damn, this took us on an unexpected journey.
Oh, they have taken Lord Francel to Witchdrop. This is madness.
Madness.
The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial.
Unless the Inquisitor himself... ...
I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall
Okay.
proceedings until such time as I am able to join you and
What knight?
petition Inquisitor Yay. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Franzel alive.
Hoshafant sounds like he's having a stroke. Let's give him a break. So we have to go collect one of the knights? Is that what we're doing right now? Yeah, I was looking again. I talked about it a little at the beginning of the stream, but we could probably finish A Realm Reborn 2.0 by the end of this week. And then we're a stone throw away from Heaven's Ward, and then Heaven's Ward on, it's all gravy until we reach Dawntrail. Oh, Avocado, this is an RP voice add-on. But yes, A Realm Reborn voice acting is very cheesy.
Hail, adventurer. As you can see, Lord Franzel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor. But if his guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves.
Trial by combat, you say? What level are we? It sinks us down to level 42.
Joassin Charlemagne Franzel de Heilenarte, you stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard.
It's quite the
Is there
name.
aught you wish to say in your defense?
Charlenate.
Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service to the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard.
It is for Harloene to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury.
How does that prove your innocence?
The righteous shall take their place in Harloene's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their draken forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Fortemp, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Hoshafont. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests
they pronounce
the
that actually
charges
pretty
against
well.
Lord Franzel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as a full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Hoshafont has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbour private doubts, I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in
It's
legal
good witch
proceedings
chest,
sanctioned
yeah.
by the Holy See,
Best.
I cannot.
So let's put her in some water. If she floats, she's a witch.
To defy the will of an Inquisitor is to commit heresy.
I'm on
A
Zalera.
crime for which there is but one punishment.
I don't know if we'll need anybody today. Yeah, we might get one dungeon in. So if anybody wants to join. It's gonna be pretty soon, I think.
Until Lord Hoshafont arrives. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor.
Yeah, we just need to beat the Inquisitor's ass. But not kill him. Did he just pull out a stick? Great. Guess I'll be doing all the heavy lifting.
Bears no sigil, sir. Do you serve the Holy See or one of the high houses? I serve a higher power.
Huh, these guys seem very guilty. We're attacking the Inquisitor. Let's take out the goons first. Oh, that's not the Inquisitor, it's just their tank. Their leader. Luckily, our ally here will keep us healed. Okay, now back to you.
Look, Lord Hoshafont is coming.
I don't even think we need him. Look at him coming in.
In the name of House Fortemp, I demand that you lay down your arms.
He's come to save the day.
Today you shall answer for your sins.
Oh, our song ended. We need to pick up another one. And look at that. They have a wyvern, which is part of the dragon kind.
Allies to save you. At last, your treachery is laid bare.
Let me see. Also, the wyvern's invulnerable. I need to stop attacking it. I need to take out the little guys. Because once you take out, like, the ads, all of your NPC allies will kind of all consolidate under who you need to take out. I don't know if we can hurt the wyvern yet. Nope, still invulnerable. We just need to avoid it for right now. I miss some of the old Bard animations. I don't miss glare, that's for sure. From Paladin. That was annoying back in the day. Oh, he can cure too. Because look, he's a paladin.
This will not be forgotten.
Ah, you're dead. And he had a rosary on him. So maybe he was calling in that dragon. Proof, I tell you. Proof. Now, if he would have drank dragon blood, he would turn into
It is not our intention
a dragon.
to defy the will of the Archbishop.
At least we kept the Inquisitor alive. Yeah, Paladin Galere.
But this trial,
That thing
like
sucked.
many others, I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of House Halenata. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart.
The fevered imaginings of a desperate man. What proof have you of this?
Oh, how about the rosary?
By the Fury! A draconian rosary! Then the knight who refused to yield. It was he who summoned the wyvern.
A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights. This has grave implications.
It's like one of the rare moments where it's like you would think the Inquisitor would have been like the head of this. Turns out maybe he's
Your
okay.
claims would appear to have merit, Lord Horchefont.
Oh.
I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel,
Hang on.
pending further investigation.
Right, we'll hold off on the trial. Paladin Glare was like the only way to like generate actual threat. But it didn't do any like damage or anything.
I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Coerthus. Pray locate your errant airship and use it.
That's all we're here for. I just want the airship, brother.
Lord Horchefont, I have not the words to express my gratitude. But why would you risk your reputation to save mine?
Because I know you, boy.
I know you, boy.
Ishgard, and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you'd have jumped of your own free will.
I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Halenata.
Oh, Flash. Sorry. Yes, not
Praise
Glare.
alone,
Flash,
it did
Flash,
not
you're right.
come to that. But it profits us little.
Avocado, there's a reason you can't
might
remember
have been.
Paladin Glare, because it never existed. It's Flash, you're right.
Let us quit this place. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated.
Yeah, Horchefont's a real one. He actually came in himself to help. Flash, Glare, they're kind of the same thing. I'm not a white mage player, as you can tell. Apparently not a paladin player either, because then I can't remember the names. But here's some more dragons. They're attacking, you know, the fort and stuff through a fate. But you can see how big they are. I would not want to fight an entire, you know, dragon horde as just people. Seems like a losing battle. And once before we start Heaven's Ward, of course we will watch the trailer for it. We'll do that for every expansion. So we already watched 1.0 and we watched 2.0, but there's also another cinematic for 2.0.
You look well. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior.
Thank you.
Were it not
I'm
for
good with the
you,
bow.
Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house.
I think he
and
would have jumped.
Might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern.
House Fortemps and House Hylarda shall never forget your service. Now let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise.
Horsefont, your voice changed. Please fix yourself. Yeah, I mean Paladin, I know Viper, and Machinist, and then everything else you kind of just dabble in.
The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you.
I'm sure it will. Who do you have outside for us? You? I have no idea who this is.
How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior.
Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Coerthus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridornia and landed near Firth.
Stone Vigil, in the far northwest.
Okay, Stone Vigil, thank you.
The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Horsefont is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend.
So Stone Vigil, that's the dungeon. Great dungeon, by the way.
Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order.
Horsefont, you want to help us out here?
Ah, perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillamont of Whitebrim Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest that you request Lord Francel do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time.
Horsefont, no.
I wish you well in your journeys. May Halone guide you.
We'll speak with you again soon, brother. Dark Knight is a lot of... I was going to say a lot of fun. Different iterations of Dark Knight have been a lot of fun. I don't really know how the current state of Dark Knight really is. People are always kind of upset with Dark Knight because it doesn't play like how it used to in Heaven's Ward, which I think I like that version the most because it had the most character as far as being this... You would drain enemies of their life force and take as your own, and then you also had a bunch of like magic shields. But it's just gone through iteration, rework after rework. Now it plays too similar to Warrior, so it's kind of lost its identity. They don't really know what they're doing. Yeah, people are going to be happy with you think current Dark Knight is fun? Oh, yeah, I mean, I think we went right by where we needed to. Yeah, I'm sure Dark Knight's in a good spot. They don't usually leave a job in a bad place. But I'm curious to see how it'll do with the evolve mode. There's a few jobs. Let's take a look at them. That I'm curious on how evolved mode is going to affect them. Or that I'm going to try out a lot. Obviously Paladin, that's my main. Dark Knight is going to be something I look at. Also look at Gunbreaker, because I actually think right now, Gunbreaker feels amazing. Gunbreaker, when it first launched during Shadowbringers, was so smooth, and it felt very impactful with all like, you know, your big explosive swings. I think it lost a lot of that. Or it became very clunky in Dawn Trail. But then during or Endwalker, sorry. It became clunky in Endwalker, and then in Dawn Trail, I think it was patch 7.1 or 7.2 where they reworked a few of the skills, and now it feels amazing again. Love Gunbreaker. Probably not going to touch Monk. I might touch Dragoon. Gonna skip Ninja. Samurai. I used to love Samurai, but just kind of fell out of love with it. Reaper and Viper, they kind of play exactly the same way. So probably we'll keep messing with those two. Beastmaster, can't wait for that. White Mage, as far as the healers are concerned, I think White Mage is usually my go-to. And then Bard, we'll see about Bard. I don't like endgame Bard at all. Machinist though, love to see how Machinist plays. Dancer 2, and then I'm not gonna lie, magical range DPS is really just not my speciality. I think warrior, its strength is really the fact that it's like extremely self-sufficient. As far as they don't really need a healer. But yeah, their DPS might be lacking a little bit.
Wonderful to see you again. If there is anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Haelenarta. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt that my words will carry much weight with Lord Drillamont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Haelenarta have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbour great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well.
Oh, so we're on somebody's shit list. Tell me something I don't know. Yeah, warrior is great, especially for deep dungeon. If we become like a full Final Fantasy XIV streamer, we will do deep dungeon. I don't know if we'll solo it like successfully, but we'll at least give it maybe a couple shots because I love Palace of the Dead. It's slower, it's more chill, but warrior is, I think, the comfiest to do it on because again they just heal themselves and then they're very durable. One thing I don't like about Deep Dungeon, especially soloing it, is just how long it takes. It's really a battle against the clock. Like, it's not comfy at all. It's not a comfy experience. Like, you have to kind of be on your A game and moving at a good pace. Where I kind of wish the restrictions for the timer were alleviated. That's my bone to pick with Deep Dungeon. The music is just dead. So that's the gateway to Ishgard. And if we go up there, yeah, they're not going to let us in. Not yet, at least. Judge, jury, and executioner. So they're fighting. See, these like little tiny dragons that they fight. Anyways, this area is really cool. I wish it was a light out because again, the vista you get from here, really pretty, really good looking game. We got 2 followers, nice. Appreciate it, guys. It should be. I don't know what's going on with my alerts. They're not working. I need to fix that. I'll figure it out. But we're heading to the last settlement. Oh, there's the Stone Vigil right there. Okay, so this is definitely just on the way. We'll talk to the Chocobo Porter as well. Ooh, here we go.
You desire an audience with Lord Drillamont, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so.
Oh, you're a nice fella. Here, we got these letters from these other nobles, so we can talk to your noble.
What do we have here? Letters from Lords Horshafont and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. What to do?
What to do? Ye of little
faith.
faith.
Could not have been worse, traveller. Lord Drillamont's attentions are focused solely on the Stone Vigil at present.
Great, that's where we're going.
In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Alboise. Yes,
Alboise.
Sir Alboise can surely accommodate.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, that's the great thing about 14 is there's so many jobs to play.
Do not tell.
And so if you ever get tired of playing one style, just quickly swap to the other. And they're going to make that so much easier in Evercold because your highest item level will sync up all of your other jobs. So you don't have to like go and get the new gear and go through the tombstone grind again. I'm going to love the hell out of that system. We're going upstairs. Again, another interior, by the way. Hey, Sid. What are you doing here?
If the Enterprise is indeed inside the Stone Vigil, then we must convince Lord Drillamont.
Yeah, to cooperate. Agreed. I don't think he's actually up here. Where is he? Oh, you know what? I think he's below us. I love this fort because it has these little side rooms down here. There's one here, and I think this one has a prison. No, I think it's the other side. This just has a storeroom. We'll go look at the prison in a second.
Sir Brunadier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken.
Nobody wants to help us here.
Lord Drillamont hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head chirurgeon Astidian. Why not visit the infirmary up?
Okay, you weren't very helpful. But if we go over to the other side over here, I don't know if the quest will take us over here. But another room, and then there's an actual prison down here. Yay. Very cool. Got this Rugen in here doing squats. Oh, you know what? I think it will take us down here to talk to one of these dudes. But very cool little location. Kind of just hidden away. Let's look over here for a second. Nothing. Okay. I love exploring these maps. Back up we go. Now we go upstairs where Sid is.
Are you here to visit a patient, madam? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Fortam and Helenate. With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Goudanu. He should know Lord Drillamont's current whereabouts.
Goudanu. They send us around and around. And of course, we can go to the big building in there. Kind of like the observatory. The Alpha Node. Where there's a lot of steps. Climbing all the way up. This is cool. I like how they kind of have a break in like the spiral and made an actual floor out of it.
What reason have you for barging into...
Oh, I see.
Well, you are in luck. Lord Drillamont is just up these stairs.
Oh, good.
Letters or no, though, I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly, show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind.
Listen, he probably wants to clear out the Stone Vigil. We need to get in there for an airship. Match made in heaven.
Sir Goudanu permitted your passage? Very well. Speak.
Here's the letters.
You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with Skalkin to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself?
Meow.
We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Drillamont. You know our name, and you know our deeds.
Alpha Note. Sid, you two haven't done shit for us this entire time. Now you come in to help?
We are come to Coerthus to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sid Nan Garland, who stands before you now.
It's him right there. Yeah, nobody in the area, as far as the Ishgardians, have even mentioned Garuda.
Master Garland, you're alive, but that's impossible.
Nope, he's right here.
Indeed it is, my lord.
Is the Inquisitor?
Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted.
What?
At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as House Durandare marshals its forces to retake the Stone Vigil, who should appear in Whitebrim front but 3 mysterious strangers... Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the Calamity, and 2 scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire.
Okay, and he's got a point.
The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these 3 seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass.
Yeah, Durandare here, they're like one of the high houses.
Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believed this mummer's farce.
An asshole.
You 3 will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well.
It could be moons before House Durandare purges the dragons from the Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Drillamont's trust, understood?
So it hasn't really said a whole lot. Okay, so this Inquisitor kind of is an asshole. Well, crickets. Now what do we do?
Is the nation which has warred with its neighbors. But our neighbors are dragons, relentless and merciless creatures. Through generations of conflict and sacrifice, we have honed our warcraft with fire and blood. All to survive, all to triumph. Anything less and we would not be here today.
Oh, so we actually don't talk to him for the quest. Do we go further up or do we go back down? Oh, we have to go down. There's no way they're going to make us climb up all those stairs. There goes our ankles again. Oh no, do we go up? We do go up. Son of a gun. Oh, let's take out our chocobo. And flying sure would be nice. You are no help to us. I like how we need permission to enter a dungeon. Again, just kind of grounding the world and how it works. And if it's not up here, we're gonna jump off the top and hopefully not kill ourselves. I don't think it's all the way up here. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it is down there. Oh. Luckily, it's a quick way down, but let's really just double check. I love how you can climb up here. But anyways, there's Ishgard in the background. It's such a cool city-state. This like really tall and long fortress that's like buried in the, you know, in the mountain and stands above it all. Yeah, really cool. Anyways, let's go break our ankles. Oh, crack. There he is. I think we just missed him.
You the lass responsible for that commotion upstairs?
That's us.
Aye, word travels fast in White Brim Front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drillamont's mind.
We need the airship,
if there's
yeah.
One thing I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Win over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. 'Twouldn't be a quality meal, and 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing.
Mud puppy tail meat,
If you've
okay.
a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud pup?
Alright, we're gonna go hunt some beasts for them. Where do we gotta go? Okay, just over here. Easy. The men, they need protein. They need meat. Really kind of like almost like puts you in their shoes for like a little bit. It's like, man, sitting out here in the cold, you know, on like guard duty or night duty or whatever, and not having like proper meals, that would suck. Going through the snow here, very, and look, Chocobo leaving the footprints, very immersive. Although no background music. It comes and goes. We're just about there. So we need to slay a mud puppy, but we need to use this vinegar. So we're gonna season it, I guess, or maybe it preserves it. There you are. Hello, beautiful. We need your tail, even though we're poisoning you. So. I don't know what that's going to do for your meat. Oh, you know what? We need to use this on him to weaken him. Because as you can see, we're not killing him that quickly. Ow. We need to wait till he's doing one of his moves. There we go. Let's get out of it and then use this. Got him. There we go. There's probably a good amount of players who never use that because you can 100% take this thing down very slowly because it's not going to do enough damage to us. Like we have second wind, we have potions, obviously other jobs are healers. There we go. Not yet. We're a good little hunter. Now back on the road. Get another little shot of Ishgard there. Now Ishgard actually has these this protective, almost like magical barrier over it. That I'm trying to remember how it's powered. Is it powered by the vigils? Or it used to be. Anyways, it keeps the dragons away from attacking actually Ishgard. But they have a bunch of like wards and magic defenses set up. And then obviously, I don't know if you can see it over there, but these big ass cannons that they use. Let's see if there's actually any here. Like one of the Ishgard's most noteworthy things about their military, obviously dragoons, knights, but cannons as well.
It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea.
It did work. Here you go.
Oh dear. Remind me to never wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar.
Any road.
This should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and this.
Voila.
And voila. Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you?
No.
Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here, and up above.
You there, lass?
Oh yeah, let's just give them all the steak. They're all very grateful.
We ought at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this god's forsaken waste.
Yeah, this is a real shame. Here's some steak.
Is that a fresh cooked steak? Harlone.
Harlone. There's one more above us.
Ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive
Here's your proper sustenance.
You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard.
I don't know if that's going to be enough to win over his favor, though.
It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh?
Eh?
Ah, but I've forgotten about the hard-working chirurgeons at the infirmary.
Okay, so we'll go bring some over to them as well. As an adventurer, we are very much an errand boy. Or girl, in this case. Upstairs? Not upstairs. Yes, upstairs.
Beg your pardon, madam, but I am busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment.
I will be with you in a moment. Here's a steak. Sniff, sniff. Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since I've had last ate.
Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away.
There you go. Ooh, we get some food for it too. We want knight's bread? No. Raptor stew? Yeah, that has determination on it. We need to remember to eat ourselves when we get... Oh, we got a weapon, by the way. When we do the dungeon. A little bit of damage always helps. And then the bow we got. A little bit of a different style here. Still very appropriate. Oh, hey, Sid.
Might I have a word with you? It concerns the chirurgeons. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So, I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to
What is
help
an
me recover
alembic?
my memories.
Does anybody know?
Since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings.
I wonder if it's like some sort of medical device?
All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites.
Or is this something they made up?
Used to reduce the temperatures of It
All
must
right.
sound ridiculous to you.
Let's go get some ice sprites. There are actually some very close by. This is kind of the way of the adventurer. You know, they turn us away, but we kind of stick around. We start helping out the camp and what everybody needs. And slowly we gain their trust. The circle's actually over there, but we actually have some ice sprites that are a lot closer. Let's do that. I wish we had some greens, and then maybe I should go buy some. They're super cheap, and then we'll have our chocobo with us, who will help us out in combat in the open world here. one's down, and then one more to go. Let's not pull too many of them. And we're level 43. We're what, 17 away from 60? And then once we get to 60, we can make the swap to Dancer. And we'll use the same equipment because they're both physical range classes or jobs. And Dancer's a lot of fun. I like the supportive nature of Dancer, that you get to pick a dance partner, and then that person you select, they just get better. They just do more damage. I think it's like 5 or 10% more damage. People love to have it be the dance partner, especially some of like the more selfish DPS players that don't give like any party buffs, that just focus solely on damage. Yeah, they love that.
Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me.
I will. Here you go. You could have done this yourself, but I suppose I am the player character.
What an amazing device! But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before.
What is it?
I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it.
Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save.
Maybe it extracts like herbs and breaks down like they're more to make like potent medical compounds. Maybe that's what it does, something like that.
Even so, I wonder...
Ware thee, the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at cost.
Inquisitor. Yeah, he's evil.
Efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic.
They did what?
We proved his innocence, sir.
For coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers.
What is this? I love his little thing. His like villainous move.
Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn.
I like maybe understand why the natives here wouldn't even question an Inquisitor, but like we're outsiders. Can we not just be like, this Inquisitor's acting funny?
Before we can persuade Lord Drillamont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guilherme that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Coerthus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whitebrim Front. Share your findings with Alpha now in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there.
Okay, we befriend everybody, or we question everybody about him, and then maybe we can befriend the Inquisitor.
Inquisitor Guilherme? Yes, of course. I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front, several moons ago.
He was just here.
My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the Night's Watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveller, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guilherme rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope to one day repay his kindness.
Okay, so seems like a decent fella. Is there somebody up here for us? Oh no, you know what? Same spot we were missing the quest icon before. It's under us. You.
Inquisitor Guilherme? I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak. Unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you.
I think she's fibbing, but okay. Not gonna be helpful. Let me hit Patrick over here.
Under Inquisitor Guillaume's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us.
I'm sure. Somebody's got to have some dirt on him. As to explain why he's a thorn in our
The Holy
side.
See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Hallone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect.
Okay, great. So nobody can touch him. Well, Alfie, it seems like we're screwed. Unless you have a plan.
Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events,
Alpha,
don't.
you're supposed to be shivering.
In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate.
It sure is.
I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind as I'd hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes?
Yes.
It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guillem's motivations.
Yeah, Alpha Node, you don't really look like you're dressed the part, and this was supposed to be just a quick adventure. But here we are.
Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate.
Since we've arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south.
But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Joelart is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery.
Mayhap? Okay, so that's not too far-fetched. Alpha Node is ever vigilant and perceptive, so he sees, he takes note of things as far as this account doesn't make much sense now, does it? So we'll investigate and break our ankles in the process. Hopefully there's no enemies at the bottom. Oh. If we would have landed inside that circle, we would have been dead. We'll heal ourselves a little bit, because as soon as we get in there, yeah, it would have been over. Well, I don't know. They took quite a while to actually target us, so maybe we'd had enough time to heal. Because they are actually hurting us. So maybe not. Do you want another potion? I think they reduced the cooldown there, because those used to be like a minute. Now it's only 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Okay. Let's look in the snow mound. What are we going to find next to this dragon corpse? Well, that's unsettling. That's the Inquisitor's body. So, somebody is posing as the Inquisitor. Very interesting. So we were kind of correct in our assessment that maybe the Inquisitor's not a bad guy, but little did we know he's actually dead. And the person posing as him now, well, not exactly a good person. Probably a heretic themselves. Alright, Alpha Node.
You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it.
Did we bring the body up with us? No.
Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillaume.
Well, Alpha Node, I reckon so. Why'd you start talking like a cowboy?
Newly come to Coerthas and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been
I love these RP voices.
To assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment?
True.
Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an imposter, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us.
We must proceed quickly, before he learns that his deception has been discovered.
Alpino, you're having a stroke again. We get another weapon. Let's do it. Yeah, clearing all this out. It'd be a lot more money. Ooh, now this bow I like. This I like. Alright, Alpha blood for blood.
Since Lord Drillamont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of 2 high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jolalt with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise.
Honestly, we could just walk up there to the Stone Vigil, and I don't think anybody's going to be strong enough to stop us. But fine. We'll play with their politics.
Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, here. The Inquisitor's been dead.
The Inquisitor is an imposter? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that is all a lie. If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life.
Oh, then I guess this guard might be the one. You know what? She has been quite prickly towards us. Oh no, this is somebody different. Okay, never mind.
You, I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble me no more.
Well, hang on. We need your help.
Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers?
Yes.
Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it. Naught at all.
So this is one of the times where we use an emote and we get to use doubt. I don't trust you, lady. Speak up before I kick your ass.
You, Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jolalt gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Jolalt and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died.
Kinda
When
creepy.
at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together, we carried Sir Jolalt to the infirmary, and on his first night in White Brim Front, Inquisitor XIV was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing, seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to the madness. But then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing, until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor, and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Brim Front. So, I took several from his chest, and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Hylanate, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Halone, forgive me for not acting sooner.
So she's basically the knight that kind of set everything in motion as far as the rosaries, what we did as far as the investigation, who planted them, all her. Is the right phrase, she's like the smoking gun? Or she planted the smoking gun? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it all, at least she did something. Well, if this holds true over here, let's see. Oh, there's a suspicious box, and look, you can see a rosary right on top of it. Okay, so we have proof. That should be enough to convince somebody to look at the Inquisitor. And we just want to go to Stone Vigil. For the love of God. We're just here for a ship, man.
Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you free access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself.
Oh yeah? What about all of this evidence?
There had better be a very good explanation for why you are carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me, the Inquisitor is a heretic. Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice.
Justice. Alright. Well, we have done a lot of the legwork for unraveling this mystery. We might as well see it to its conclusion. The heretic among us.
That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I'm told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all.
Okay, we can do that. Let's make sure we have all of our highest item level stuff on. I can't wait till we hit level 50 and can look the part of a bard. Ugh, I don't like saying that out loud. But we want to look like our job. And right now we look like a rogue. But it should be this quest and then the dungeon. And I think that'll about do it for today. Because I want to dedicate the next, or tomorrow, to talk about Garuda. Because that'll be surely who we encounter. It's the whole point of us getting this ship. And then from there, once we hit Garuda, the story kind of reaches its final act. Because they're Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan. They're kind of the main three primals that you encounter during A Realm Reborn. Oh, look at that. We have a story instance. Alright, good deal. This poor soul. Well, let's help her out.
Good
No. Oh, get in. Aggroed something.
You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Hallowney's halls. Only the wicked.
But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Hallowney.
Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us.
The jig is up.
My lord Drillamont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not?
Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption.
Just,
grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drillamont. My conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence. Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies.
Now he's throwing the Archbishop, which we haven't met him, but saying they're also all little corrupt.
But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drillamont, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw.
I love that Ishgardian steel, Iranian fang and claw. It was just him, but I'm sure he'll call some allies.
Show the heretic no mercy. He must pay for the innocent blood he has spilled.
Ignorant swine, soon you will know the futility of your faith.
He's got a skill called Rotten Meat. So, some dragon allies coming in. There they are up there. Again, these different. All dragons come in all different shapes and sizes. Not even all of them have wings. Take them out. And then there's another one. Like a worm hound. Take these 3 out and then return back to... He's missing a big chunk of his health already. Do these guys get my buffs I'm giving them? I don't think so.
Do you see, Heretic? You and your allies are no match for the might of Ishgard. How wrong you are, Ishgardian. I have been blessed with power far beyond your ken. Come, my brothers, grant me the strength to smite our enemies.
Dragon's blood. So, by consuming dragon's blood, they can transform into dragons, which obviously makes them more powerful.
I am Reborn.
What? I'm the one with the aggro here. That's good. We'll just keep giving ground then.
A dragon stands before you, yet still you do not flee. Your
And look,
magics have no power
it's
over me,
the
Heretic.
wyvern from before. And this time we can actually do damage to him. Take out the Inquisitor first, because he's the lowest. Put our songs on.
No, no, it cannot be.
No, no, it cannot be. Well, it is B. We're gonna actually the wyvern's actually was weaker. Let's put our dots on them. Make sure we're just always staying mobile. Alright, the wyvern's down. These should fall pretty quickly. There we go. That's really about it. Spirit Dart. We get that ability eventually in variant dungeons, which are like a whole different system. Damn, I almost didn't make it over there. Very low health. Problem solved. You're welcome.
My glamour's dispelled.
Oh, I guess it was an illusion. Okay.
Your plans lie in ruin, Heretic.
It's not like a true
Choose your words
transformation.
wisely, for they will be your last.
There's only a girl. Haha, you may not recall the many Ishgardians I sentenced, but families of the dead will never forget. Who's basically
only
sowed a
regret
bunch
is
of
that you never-
chaos.
But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, White Brim Front shall fall.
Ah.
Defiant to the last, leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves naught better. I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with your airship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at White Brim Front and bring your associates.
Meow. Should be completing this quest and then the Stone Vigil. About time. I wonder if his body stays out here. It doesn't. Okay. We will actually be back to this area because you can see there is Snowcloak, actual dungeon there that we get to experience later on. I think it's part of the main MSQ. Might be a side quest. No, I think it's a main MSQ. Most dungeons, at a certain point, all of the dungeons go through the MSQ. So we're heading back. That should be the end of this quest. And what quest are we on? We're on level 40 quest. Yeah. We're at the last... Because again, A Realm Reborn, it ends at level 50. So we're almost there. And we're level 44. We'll get a guard or a bard outfit. I think at level 50 through those quests too.
Where have you been? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he?
Yeah, we sure
Though
did
you
it.
have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise.
The whole reason we're here.
As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Drillamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon.
Alrighty then, Alphanone. Alright, calm down. We're gonna handle this. Climb, damn you, cat girl. Ooh, that's a cool looking Dragoon set there. Yeah, Dragoon has like some of the coolest looking armor. Bard, not so much.
We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent.
Are we gonna talk about Guillaume's body? Is that gonna be buried or anything?
I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garlond. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong.
Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship.
Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear.
You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin?
In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years.
That would suck if we go all the way in there. There's no airship. We just did all this work.
Long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Coerthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change.
Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid.
I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathalane of your impending visit. May Haloni guide you, scions.
We just get like a taste of what Ishgard is kind of dealing with. Heretics, their very, very long, unending war with the dragons. But we're not here to solve any of those problems. It's kind of what we've been doing with all the other city-states. We go and we just get a taste of how, what they're all dealing with. And in some events we actually do help them out pretty big with the primals, but yeah, that's kind of what our sole focus is on. We're primal slayers. But all the other politics, yeah, not our speciality. We got a dungeon though. They have one guard standing watch at the walls here.
Hail. Lord Drillamont has apprised me of the situation.
You may enter the Stone Vigil. Very good. What NPCs does this dungeon give to us? Let's see here. I think it's probably the same group. Yeah, there's our boys, but I'm not doing a dungeon with NPCs. The trial actually went pretty quick with the NPCs, but dungeons, no, their damage sucks. 7 minutes? That's not bad at all. We can wait for that. And drink our tea in peace. As far as our inventory is concerned, while we're waiting, we have a lot of these potions we can pop. What do we got here? That's an antidote, high potion of dexterity. So we can be popping that, and then food as well. Just kind of always make sure we're eating food. It's that extra, it gives you an extra 3% experience, which not huge in the long run, but it does help. And then we have these Allegan silver and bronze pieces, which is just gold or gil for us. So these are just money that we need to go sell at a vendor. Ether potions. Let's take out all the potions, and there's materia as well. Most of the stuff we probably will just sell, and then these I want to add to the glamour dresser when we get a chance. We got 2 things of food. Oh, this is crafting food. We're gathering food because JP plus 6%. That's I think it's gathering points. I think that's what that stats for. So we're not gonna. Ooh, hang on. We look ridiculous. Is this really our best stuff? It is. Oh god, we're going in like a fool. Let's go repair our armor before we jump in. Yeah, luckily while you're in the queue, you can literally go do anything you want. We could go to the gold saucer, you could go do fates in another map, crafting, just go hanging out in Limsa if here feels a little too frigid. And then yeah, once the queue pops, you'll just teleport right to it. The only thing you can't do is like do another instance, so we can't go do like a PvP match or anything like that. Let's see here. Where is the repair person? Right over here, actually. I see the little anvil. There we go, mender. Might as well sell our stuff while we're here. Let's look at the battle gear, actually. Ooh, we got a better helmet here. What about chest piece? No, I mean, it's better, but it's basically the same look we have. Really, if anything, pants. Yeah, let's get some new pants, actually. Ours look ridiculous. And then we'll sell everything else. Sell. Can we equip these from here? We can. Oh, no, we can't. Exit out of there. Equip those. That's better. That looks much better. We can also take out all this equipment that's in our armory. Like, we're not going to be using it. All these longbows. We'll sort those out later because I do want to keep their look. And then all of this we can get rid of. Same with these. I'll keep those gloves. And I don't think there's any pants that we want to keep. We're starting to consider, you know, the true end game here, which is glamour and all the stuff we want to keep. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we can easily just go through and sell it all. Yeah, look, we have so much money already. I wish there was a sell, like, all button, or a way to highlight multiple items. That'd be great. I don't know if the game systems can handle that though. And then some of this is like quest gear. You can see we can't actually sell, like, our shepherd's tunics, which we use with we used it with Thancred. So I guess we'll add all those, and then this wrist guard here. I don't know, where did we get this from? Oh, is this a symbol of us being in the Scions? It's like the same with this mask here. We got a lot of it to get rid of. I have played before. This is my, what, like 4th time playing around Reborn, but I don't have it ever, I've like never streamed it. So I figured if we're going to be streaming Final Fantasy XIV, we need to start from the beginning. Like, we can't just start at like 7.5. But yeah, the idea is to kind of blast through the MSQ, take our time, but do the MSQ, and then by the time Evercold comes out, this character will be ready. I don't know if we'll do... We definitely won't do all the trial stories and alliance raids, but we'll do something like I think we'll skip Void Arc. But we need to do the Crystal Tower because that's mandatory for the MSQ. We will do Return to Evil East because I love that series. And then we will also... I think we'll skip Nier. Definitely going to skip Nier. But yeah, there's a lot of things we can skip and then just focus on the MSQ, and we should have plenty of time. Because once we hit Heavensward, it's very very streamlined. So I'm very excited for that. And if we were a tank, man, maybe we should get a tank for this. Because that way we could these queues would be so much quicker. But really, this quest we're on, what is it called? In the Pursuit of the Past. Yeah, this is level 41. Again, this one... Yeah, we're on Zalera. I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy 12. So 12 has... What? Zalera, Mateus. Those are a lot of fun. Oh yeah. If you want to come join, be my guest. I usually do have one of my FC mates join me, but they are not on right now. Why do I have a smiley face? Oh, because they haven't accepted me. You bastard. Yeah, usually we have a tank. My tank buddy who comes. Yeah, we're on Zalera. I can actually go wait by the Aetheryte. And of course, it's storming again. Okay, yeah, if you're gonna hop on over and give us a hand, then I'll go to Camp Dragonhead here, and then we can party up. I love that getting over to different servers now. Not a big deal. Or it's easy. It's easy now compared to how it was with the game earlier. Okay, so yeah, once we get a tank, it'll be an instant pop. We talked about it before, but man, I cannot wait for the regional restrictions to be lifted, as far as everybody in NA is going to be able to queue with each other. It's going to be great. Not everybody's going to funnel into Aether for content. That and changing jobs, yeah, I always forget about that. The fact that you can change your job, your glamour, apply those outside of towns now. Huge quality of life. That's why whenever people bring up a classic version of Final Fantasy XIV, I'm like, I don't know if you want that. Launch version of A Realm Reborn was quite crusty. And we've had so much good quality of life since then. And you can basically go and play A Realm Reborn pretty close to how it was. Except for all the skills and TP and all that. But you can experience a lot of it almost as is, or how it used to be. Yeah, relic weapons, they kind of are just that time waster. Just something to do in the game to build towards. Luckily, the grinding part of the relics for Dawn Trail, the first part's grindy, but then if you want any more after it, it's just that tome sync, which I like that system. I did not like Endwalker at all, because Endwalker was literally just turn in your tomes, you get the next upgrade. So there's not really that much in playing the actual game, because it's really easy to freaking build a bunch of tomes, especially because the upgrade release schedule between patches, it was just really easy to max out your tomes in that short amount of time. The Realm Reborn relics, yeah, I didn't do those when they first came out. I went back and did them during, I see it right here. Oh, hang on, let me invite you. I don't have the whatchamacallit. The UI. Oh, that's not you. Doggy? Is that you? Nope. I was just looking at any tank that was coming through. That's funny. Nope. There must be a party doing something out here. A hunt, maybe? A hunt train, a little Realm Reborn hunt train, because you get allied seals from that. Huh? Is this you now? Okay, gotcha. Sweet. What about this healer here? Are they with you or no? Because they kind of showed up at the same time. No idea who they are. Okay then, let's just get into the queue then. If I can remember the buttons. I gotta change my hotkeys to match what my other character is. Alright, Stone Vigil. Let's hit it. Yeah, less than 5 minutes. Great having a tank. I should probably consider having a tank. I think I have that mount on my character. That's the Final Fantasy IV airship? Or am I wrong? I like a chocobo, by the way. Yeah, the mechs and everything we get now in Final Fantasy. This is actually that's from Cosmic Exploration, isn't it? That one's a good one. I'll eventually go back and do all those. It's just I don't feel like doing crafting and gathering content. Space crafting, yeah. I wonder what they'll do with that system afterwards, because I'm not gonna lie. Kind of hope they move away from the whole space traveling. We're talking about, we're literally doing the MSQ where we're talking about Inquisitors, Heretics, Dragons, Knights, you know, some form of a church, and then mounts that are being showing off. We're talking about cosmic exploration with spaceships and mechs. It's like, where does this story go exactly? It's a little jarring. And you see the like technology shift. The Scree mount. I have that one as well. That's one of my favorite ones. Look at the mounts that I have. Yeah, none of these are like great. I do like the Ark and the Cruise Chaser. Those are good. A lot of people didn't like the fact that Cruise Chaser got turned into a store mount. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't go back to the sci-fi stuff or the cyberpunk. I don't think it works. I think they see that it didn't work, obviously, because Dawn Trail was very much a mixed expansion, like worse than... Because Stormblood was also the other expansion that was kind of mixed, but that mostly came down to the pacing of the MSQ, whereas Dawn Trail had a whole host of issues that I don't think they're going to repeat that mistake again. Because yeah, I think Solution 9 was, oh god, it was a little too much. A little too much. And now we have motorcycles too. Just like, look at this picture. You have a knight, shield, chainmail, sword, and then somebody on a motorcycle with a cowboy hat and boots. It's just a funny seeing them side by side. Okay, now we just need healer. Yeah, Wooklamat. It's either like very polarizing character that we will eventually run into. I disliked her character a lot. A lot. I don't think she was written well at all. The way her position in the story was horrible. And just her tone, it just didn't work. I feel like on paper, Dawntrail could have worked, but there's just, execution-wise, the tonal shift and then the writing quality was just so bad. And she's a very, like, unlikable character, too, in my opinion. She kinds me up, there we go. I was literally just about to say, she does, like, the Naruto thing where she, like, stands up on, like, a high point and says, like, I'm gonna be the next Hokage. And it's just, like, it does not belong in Final Fantasy XIV as far as the tone. Very mature game. A lot of mature writing in this. And then you get Wilkamat, who's throwing up all the time, doesn't know her own people, yet she wants to lead them because she loves tacos. It was bad. Really bad. I highly doubt we will ever see her character very much again. Yeah, she was very surface level. Her brother, though, Kona, I was like, this dude should be in charge. He went out, he got educated, there we go, and he really cares about his people, but he understands the fact that he's not, like, the most easy to, like, interact with as far as, like, in a social setting. So he, like, understands his flaws. He's a little too logical. Oh, we have a whole vigil keep here full of a bunch of dragons to kill. Let's do it. Ooh, spooky. This is a great dungeon. Very, like a traditional dungeon. We're going into this downtrodden keep. Ready to rock and roll when you are. Time to go Boomblade. Yeah. I'll do that thing where I sit in the back and I shoot a bunch of arrows. Gonna wait a little bit. Yeah. This that wyvern like pops down every now and then, for those of you who have never done the dungeon before. And we'll do a big old conal AoE. And we just need to focus on, now that our rotation is kind of picking up steam, we need to keep an eye on our song. And just make sure we go to the next one once this one's over. Probably should actually move this job gauge. I thought it would look nice in the middle of my hotbars, but I don't know if it really does. Maybe we should just keep our health up there. Do we care about the loot? No. I'll say nay. Love chat bubbles. These were a great addition to the game, especially for the RP scene. Play our next song. I think the wyvern comes again right here. Or no, I think it's a little further up. I think it's around the corner, so we need to avoid that. Let our healer have a good, easy time healing. There we go. And right around this corner, we're gonna wait right here. There he is. Yeah, if you're like the first one through, can you? I think you can get by actually. I love that the houses who are watching this place, like they drove the dragons back into the keep, but they couldn't like root them out. Yet we're coming in with just 3 of us. And our first boss, good. Play our song, and then put our dots on, and we're good to go. We really just need to make sure not to stand in front of them. Let's reapply our dots. Put some poison back on them. Show him the love. We are melting him down pretty good. Get behind him again. And it's always easy really to tell where the boss is looking because of the ring around him has the arrows in which shows you where they're facing, but also where their flank points are. Because some DPS, it actually matters where you're standing and attacking the enemy, and you'll do like a little bit more damage as far as like potency. Might as well look at the gear, right? Ooh, a grimoire. Never gonna use that. Always reminds me of Vagrant Story. Vagrant Story has a heavy emphasis on grimoires and learning magic. So yeah, I love, again, I'll point out every time about a Realm Reborn dungeons and stuff. There's a bunch of side rooms that you don't need to go into. It's just not a straight hallway, even though we are going down hallways. But yeah, there's a bunch of side rooms. There's that wyvern again. Two fire blast. I'll heal myself a little bit. Blast them there. I think we've done our best to like keep the UI clean, but if there's just ever a bunch of enemies all stacked up together, there's nothing we can do. It's all just gonna look like a bunch of numbers and names popping up. A strong breeze is gonna come in. Ooh. Yeah, there's just optional loot in the side rooms that, again, not important anymore now that the game's really old. Play our other song, give everybody a little bit more damage. Yeah, they need to be within 50 yalms, which is a very generous area. Like all the enemies we're fighting in here, they're all considered part of the Dravanians, even though they're all not like a traditional dragon. There's a tank buster. Not for us, and we just want to stay away from the tank. Usually. There's some tornadoes. We really just need to avoid those. You'll see this pretty easy to tell because all three of them are just going to come across a room. There's a safe spot here, and also this one didn't go. I guess it's on delay. There you go. Teaching us some baby mechanics. We're still very early in the game. Replay our dots. Kind of let them fall off. I'm a bad board. They come again, so now it's all the whole area is now covered, so we just gotta wait for the ones that are on a delay. And then stand in the safe spot as soon as they pass. Now we move to the next safe spot. Keeps us on our toes. It's probably why I don't really like playing spellcasters in this game, because you have to basically stay in one spot to channel your spells. And 14 is very much a dance. But people like being spellcasters because you kind of like master the fight, knowing when you need to move and when you can actually sit there and unload a lot of spells. And they have like other tools to help them cast spells. There we go. Not gonna be coming down and getting us anymore. These pants. Oh, those are some nice looking pants. I'm gonna take those. That's a nice looking eye patch. I'm gonna take that too. Yeah, those are cool pants. Enough looking at the pants. Fashion is on point. I love this section to the next boss because it's literally just, we just go literally right around the corner. It's not like a big hallway or anything. And after this dungeon, we should be 44. Very exciting. Oh god, our tank is taking a lot of damage. Make sure we're healed. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do yet. We are going to get some supportive skills that are going to like mitigate damage for the party. We just don't have any of those skills yet. We do have a way to remove detrimental effects, but I don't recall if there were any on them. Hi Sloth, what's shaking, bacon? I needed you as a tank earlier, but we found another. I am cool. Look at the eye patch.
Look, it's the Enterprise.
It is Alpha Node.
Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon.
You farting the car dealership? Feel for your brother. So this is more like a traditional dragon here. This is like our first time seeing one. A blue dragon.
The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. You stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes,
keep an eye on the beast. I have an eye patch. It's rude as fuck.
That, can't you?
You can manage that, can't you? Alpha Node is such a little shit in the beginning of the game.
That settles it then. Shall we, Sid?
As you command.
Little know-it-all. It's a good sneak. Good sneak. Meow. Keeping one eye on it. Oh. Ooh, there's an Ascian. We haven't seen one of them in a while.
So you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting.
It is La Brea.
And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests? A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous.
They're all zealous, really.
In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long.
Yeah, those ice sprites, when you're pulling them, yeah, they do have range attacks.
Alpha now, the dragon.
Alpha now, the dragon. Don't worry, we'll handle it. Okay, maybe the Enterprise does look pretty cool.
Confound it all.
So what he means to say is shit.
Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer.
Kind of traps us here to deal with this thing. Ah! Thank you, party, for waiting for me. They didn't have to. It's kind of a courtesy that all players do in Final Fantasy XIV. Very respectful of the MSQ. So when they see somebody's watching the cutscene, you let them watch the cutscene. Ow, that hurt a little bit. You also see the airship over there. Ooh, where you going, dragon? Where you going? So we need to watch the ground. We need to stay on our toes. Oh god! Look at that big area he hits. I feel like that used to be faster. Ow. I think we could avoid that by not standing next to him, but then we might be out of range of the healer. Putting my dots back on them. Peak Bard gameplay. Up he goes again. We're already safe. I feel like I should be able to shoot them still. Once more. Nope. Ow. Every time a dragon comes down and does damage when they land, it's always called touchdown. I love that. I think I can get away from this. Yep, still hits me. Okay, maybe it's a room wide. Oh, not me, not me. This healer is a sage. They kind of use these like 4 machine devices to heal people. They're a shield healer, which doesn't really matter for our dungeon here. More so matters for, I'd say, like day 1 raiding. I think after that you can kind of figure it out. Put our dots back on them. I was gonna say, I was gonna rip the super, but early limit. Dungeon Siege. That was a good game back in the day. Obtuse name, thank you very much for tanking for us. That queue would have taken a lot longer. I appreciate you traveling over to help my cat girl out. What do we get here? Ooh, a dagger. This is for rogues, but those look fancy. Those are a nice model. Pass on that. Sure, we'll take the music. Oh man, all the other players left, so I can't give them accommodation. We did get some gloves, some cuffs. Sometimes I forget that I'm not the tank, and I myself, like, rush ahead, pulling things. Dragon slain, let's get the Enterprise. No Laha bread. Another crystal. The crystal of ice. I don't think they go into too much reason as to why these certain crystals are around, or like how they got to the location. Obviously, it's pretty straightforward with Ifrit and Titan, but this ice one was just on a random dragon. So I don't even dungeon roulette with you.
Are you alright? Speak to me!
Alpha Note. You look awfully concerned with us, good sir.
12 be praised, I feared the beast had injured you.
Nope. We're the hero of the story, remember?
I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion.
Thanks. So yeah, whenever they do that void magic, which, you know, sets like all that purple around us, it's them putting us in like an arena, a bubble, so that way, well, we can't escape. That's really the main reason.
Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which
Thank the
reminds
gods for sparing
Sid is
me
working
that
on the Enterprise
inconvenience.
as we
Alpha
speak.
Nude's such a little
Let us
shit.
go and see what he has to say.
Yeah, the Enterprise looks pretty cool.
What say you, Sid? Will she fly?
Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride.
Like when they do that.
Well,
Like, here we
I
go.
dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain.
Okay, Alpha Nude.
If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridonia. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission.
I like how he says our mission, but let's be honest, who's going to be doing the flying? Sid. And who's going to be doing the fighting? Us. What is Alpha Node going to do? Nothing. Is he going to take all the credit? Yes.
This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just...
That's right, he really doesn't have his memories all back yet.
Bah, it's no use. Let's go.
Nod. Also, Ishgard they have like their own fleet of airships as well. Obviously, if they have to fight dragons. Oof, we made it.
Ah, how I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelveswood.
And it's not
Yet I will
raining.
not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh?
Alright, I think that is it for today, y'all. Because we're going to be back tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after that. So we're streaming 4 days this week, which is more than we usually do. But we got our video out yesterday, which it did great. Thank you all for watching that, if you saw it. If not, go watch it. Hit the like button. It's really what YouTube cares about, is interactions on videos. Not really so much views anymore. Well, I mean, those fuel the views and the algorithm. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out today. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat place. I'm trying to think where we're going to end tomorrow, because we're obviously going to tackle Garuda, but that's not going to take a super long time. Like, that's just, I think, like, probably we could get there like in another hour. I don't know. I'll have to look ahead. But anyways, yes, I'll see you guys then. Peace. And take care. And up to saying thank you again for helping out with the dungeon. Made that queue much quicker.